Hello.
Hello.
We didn't scare the freshman too bad, did we?
Oh, good. How'd she do? I have no idea.
No.
I was finishing a pen.
Very good.
Yeah, she was good.
Okay, good. She's got a
Hey,
lot of personality. Hopefully she showed you.
so Coach, just kind of carrying. We'll start here. Ole Miss. Look back. Ole Miss played you guys tough here a year ago.
You did?
Um,
Mhm.
are they similar? Is this team similar to that team? I know the pitcher is back, but how similar are they to that team a year ago?
They're very similar. I think they have a good chunk of their lineup returning. And I think they have some really strong newcomers. So yeah, it's going to be really tough, and they're playing really well right now. I think they're playing as good as they've played all year. So yeah, we had some battles here last year, and it's a game of inches, and the inches favored us that weekend. We're very, very much aware of that.
Yeah, I know you had a couple of 3-2 wins there, that a couple of walk-offs.
Mhm.
So are they,
Yeah.
as far as style, are they different from the first two opponents you've seen, or similar in some ways in the SEC?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they hit the long ball quite as much as we've seen, like with LSU. But then they also, I don't know how many they hit out this past weekend. I literally feel like they commented on it and then hit like 3 in a row. I don't know. It just was one of those, like, I know that they're playing their best. I know they had some injured kids that are back. So I think they're always a good mix of speed, of power, and just grittiness. And they always play very good defense. So
Yeah, with the way things ended on Monday, you feel pretty good with how your team kind of finished the series and heads into this one.
yeah, I feel like we're in a good spot. I feel like we're finding new ways to win. I feel like we've fought our butts off this past weekend. And yeah, I think we're in a good spot, and we'll see how we go on the road.
And the only other thing I was going to ask is Piggy, is she any better or questionable or out, or what's her status?
She's getting better. She's getting better. I'm just waiting for our trainer to say she can go.
Okay, okay. So
And I think Val's doing an incredible job of
yes,
holding down short. She's
yes.
doing a very good job.
Well, and yeah, you made me think there. You also talk about what Audrey did for you. I mean, I know she was solid and had some big hits for you, didn't she?
Yeah, she's very solid defensively, and she had some very clutch hits for us. Really good at bats all weekend. Really, really happy with how she played.
All right. Feel like up and down the lineup, you're starting to get more as far as consistency throughout, because
Oh
rather.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think when you have the production that we had this weekend, and it wasn't Gibby's weekend too. She hit a lot of hard balls right at him. And to do all that, I think she ended up with 1 hit on the weekend. I know she's going to be rearing to go this coming weekend. And I think everybody's just continuing to be more confident.
Thank you. I'll let somebody else go. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Coach, looking at the lineup, it seems like they're kind of, average wise, they're top heavy. And then, of course, you got Paige Smith there at the middle that has 6 home runs. So does that kind of help you knowing that? I mean, you never know going into a series, but kind of help you prepare knowing that top to bottom that you can kind of get your pitching in order, knowing that you don't have to hold down a whole lineup.
I don't look at it that way, Porter. We're gonna have to be at the top of our game. I think when you play in this league, you've learned really fast that numbers really don't matter at all. And I do think I obviously have to dive a little deeper into the earlier part of their season than just the more recent. But I'm not sure this lineup's been consistent because of injuries or whatever the case may be. And so I'm taking the numbers with a grain of salt, and just we're really, really kind of just pouring into video and seeing what we see there.
Well, I'm also looking and it looks like they take a lot of walks. So how does that really factor into, with your pitcher? It looks like, 106 walks on the year. So does that put more pressure on your pitching staff knowing that they're going to sit there and make you pitch to them, or do you just go in there and really just try to do your thing?
Well, I think that's been a focus of ours anyway. Is we always try to limit walks and free passes, and so that's going to continue to be a focal point for us. But I think that we expect SEC teams to have a lot of discipline. They always do, and so we just need to trust our stuff and make better pitches through the zone. Right now, I think we're giving way too many freebies and missing too big. So we definitely need to fix those things going into the weekend.
And the way you bounce back against LSU on that third game, you've only lost two back-to-back games in the regular season, once against Missouri last year, and then Alabama this previous year before that. So what do you tell your team when you do drop that second game? That, look, we know how to come back, and to really help the young ones that don't know what it's like to really know that confidence of, hey, we've got another game we can win.
Well, I think the game's a funny game to where you could play outstanding and still lose. And so it's in those games, there's a lot of things we can look at to fix ourselves. And I think sometimes it's a lot more manageable to turn it around and just know that if we take care of our side a lot better, we could put ourselves in a favorable position. So I think that's the main thing is, when there's actual things we can point out to be better at. And then obviously it's just a toughness thing. And that's anything. That's the SEC, that's postseason. It's just figuring out how to be +1 and knowing that you're in for a battle to get there. And that's what I was most pleased with, is just their fight, their resilience. And yeah, I just was really pleased with it.
I'll finish with this. Talk about Casey, and her getting, named freshman of the week, and kind of, she's very humble. And when we asked her about what it was, so just speak on her and her play and how she's progressed this year.
Oh, she's such a strong hitter. And I'm just really proud of her because it hasn't, even to this point, it hasn't been a straight line. She's already dealt with an injury. She's come in, and when we put her in pinch hit roles, she has stepped up big time, and the moment's not too big for her. I think one of the big things that she does so well is she has just a short-term memory. You can get her looking silly on a pitch early in the at bat, and then she'll crush it, the next time you give it to her. And I think that's an offensive mentality. She's strong. She has great hand-eye, and she has an offensive mentality. And she's fun to watch. I can't wait to see what she continues to do here.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, just a couple things. It seems like this team is like really close and they really like playing together. How important is that, for this team really going into the heart of the season here?
Well, I think it's really important. I think you need that camaraderie as a team. You need that connection. And I think that we keep just getting stronger in that area. This team also has just a ton of respect for each other on and off the field. And I think that that's huge. I mean, they know that they want to go to battle with each other. And so I think that's the bigger thing, is just how much they respect each other.
And just in general, how important is that for the culture of the program that you're trying to build here?
Oh, it's really important. I think you're always going to have differences, but I think it's the respect piece that allows you to understand the differences and meet each other where they are. And so I think that it's huge for our culture. I don't know that every culture is built that way, but I've been a part of some that aren't that way. But that's what we do here. That's what works for us. And they do a very good job with it.
Right. We talked to KB Sides earlier in the year, and she said, coming to Arkansas, she felt just immediately like a family, just part of the family. Is there anybody you can attribute that to, like other than yourself, obviously, but players or anybody on the staff?
I think our staff is very intentional about just making them feel incredibly welcome as they are. And just knowing that that they're perfect how they are, and they're going to fit in our system. And I think we just want them to feel as welcome as possible, as quickly as possible, and know that we care for them, and see us as humans. So I think that there's a lot of contributing factors. I think it definitely starts with our staff, but it's in our entire program. It extends past the team. It's our support staff. It's everyone. And so I just feel like we all genuinely enjoy working with and around each other.
Right. And, when you're recruiting, is that something you look at, your personality and how they will, mesh with other players on the team already?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if personality as much as just their character, because obviously it takes all kinds, but the character piece is the one that we really dive into. But we have a lot of different personalities, you'll see. I think that's what keeps it interesting. But it's the character piece, and we're not willing to sacrifice for that for the talent piece at all.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Hey, Coach, I had one other thing. Just can you talk about the pitching just a little bit? I know, do you feel like Mary's, I mean, she's done this for a long time. You feel like she can just shake off what happened last week and just go forward?
Well, if her career it tells us anything, it says that she will. She very rarely has had many bad outings, and so she typically bounces back. That's what she's proven over time. So yeah.
Was there anything specific, or is it just something you had to be sharper, or anything mechanically?
No, it's a timing thing a lot. It's feeling your body. It's just a couple things. She's a seasoned veteran. She knows how to get herself back in line, and I expect her to be back to Mary this weekend.
Yeah. And I guess speak to what Shanice and Jenna were able to do for you this weekend, to really be really big.
Well, it's huge. It's huge. They stepped up for us big time. We really needed them. We challenged them on Sunday and said, hey, we need more out of you guys. And I thought Jenna set a tremendous tone to start the game. And I thought Shanice came in and just really controlled them the rest of the way. So not only did they complement each other, but just they really stepped up for the team, and we really needed that. So I just really like to see their competitiveness.
And lastly, I guess with Cali Turner, is there something specific that you're trying to work on to try to get her, I guess less wild? Yeah, that's the one thing that's been in common when I've seen her.
Just working on making her adjustments a little bit more simple. She'll be better next time she goes out.
Sure. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anytime. Thanks, guys.
Have any last questions? Thank you.
Thank you.